Bitcoin hoodie guy come back here with another Kaspa video.
Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button.
Well, thanks for that, Mike. All right, 1.48 exahash, price just over 12 cents, down 4%. Market in red with the tariff kind of trade wars. I know for sure Canada responded with 25% tariffs. I think Mexico might be retaliating, China as well. So that's sending the market in a tumble. Kaspa market dominance is up 2% the last 24 hours. Bitcoin's market dominance is actually down a little bit, but you can see that the last month it's going up 59.5. The dollar is just up. I think that's pretty much about what it was yesterday, 108.5. Yesterday I noticed the mempool. I've never seen it this empty. This is Bitcoin's mempool. I know someone, at least I've never seen it this empty. Apparently it was at one point in 2021, right before prices started to really rocket up. You can see there's some blocks aren't even full, but typically, everything to the right of this dashed line is a Bitcoin block. You can see the block number 881986, the block height. And so everything to the left is waiting transactions. Right now there's only 3,000 transactions, only one block's worth. Well, it means there's just not a lot going on Bitcoin right now. You can see a few more transactions are popping up, so just a little bit more than one block. But typically when I've seen this, there is a lot of blocks and it goes all the way down to 0 V bytes per sat, and it's thousands and thousands, 100,000 transactions, sometimes up to 400,000 transactions waiting. So just a kind of something interesting. Watch your guru saying just in, President Trump says the pain from tariffs will be worth the price. Right here, you can see that not a lot going on with fees for Kaspa, but better than it was prior to KRC 721s or KRC 20s. But the 30th of 147,000. Yesterday, 66,000 Kaspa. You can see a lot of these NFTs aren't minting out. Nacho only 35%. I think it hit 33% day one. 11% on Casper bots. Kalian 7%. Wolfpack 1%. Kaspa Man 2%. You can see the Kaspa punks. I don't really like their art. They just basically have that same face. I guess they maybe are getting close. If they only have 3,000, they got 2273. So they might be close to getting minted out, but yeah, I guess 76%. But I think they had some problems there, so some kind of glitch or something there. But you can see that I thought Nacho would mint out, but it's a lot of money. People spending over 2,000 Kaspa. So I think a lot of people just don't want to fork over their hard-earned Kaspa on some of these projects, and just the overall market's kind of down with NFTs right now. So basically, that's it. Not a lot of action there. Nothing. Most of the projects aren't fully minted out. India reevaluates crypto stance amid global policy shifts. They're probably seeing other people looking to adopt it more. So one of the world's biggest economies with lots of people. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. Here's a post Chris Hutchinson posted about the price of the Campbell soup and talking about how printing money and it makes you begin the intrinsic value of Kaspa, decentralized proof of work money that is fast and also can't be controlled by one country or company and can't be printed to oblivion. You can see that until Nixon really took us off the gold standard officially in 71 is really when it started to go up. You can see it basically stayed just under 10 cents, 10 cents, 12, 15 cents. And then, we even went down in the 30s, but then it was really in the 70s once the United States officially left the gold standard that the price just started going bananas and the purchasing power of the dollar is going down. And you can see that on the US debt clock. Doge might be able to help out a little bit. I don't think it'll solve everything. Just everything's getting out of control when you have $1 trillion on the interest on the debt alone. Now a lot of people are tariff experts. One thing to do is not have anyone tell you what to think, but just look at the numbers. And I'm not even going to give any opinion on this. Just you can see the U.S. imports from 1970 to 2025. Right here, we have about $4 trillion of imports into the United States. You can see it's just going up over time. But there we are, $4 trillion of imports, about 15% of our GDP. This is showing revenue, and this is only so far through the year, but the percentages are probably about the same. This is the majority of us coming from individual income tax, Social Security and Medicare taxes, some corporate income taxes, excess tax, But right here, you can see just 1.92% of duties, 21 billion. I think that it's just around 70 or 100 billion, and it's still about the 1.92% for the revenue of the government. And if you add on the budget, it gets down to like 1%, since last year we spent more money than we had. But those are numbers, and this is just total revenue so far in 2025 fiscal year, I believe. But I think these percentages will end up being pretty close to what it is for the entire year. Last year, customs and duties was only about 1.92%. So this is the debt outstanding for the United States, and it goes all the way back to 1790. A lot of people don't like this, but I think it's cool. You can go back and you can see all the different times. It was pretty low back then, and obviously you can see since the 70s, we're right here, after World War II, we're in the couple hundred billion range, and it stayed there for about 20 years to 200 to 400 billion. And then once we left the gold standard, you can see we're just going into oblivion. Maybe this Doge will help. I think that it's too little too late, in my opinion. I think that you just have too many things the government has to spend money on, and you can shrink it down, but I don't think they're going to shrink it down all the way. And you can see, I don't know how these tariffs are going to play out. Sometimes you need more time to decide if something is good or bad, but I know that COVID showed that the world economy is pretty fragile, and any drastic changes in one direction too fast could send the world economy in a downward spiral, and it could last multiple years. I don't know. So we'll see how it shakes out. Overall, bullish on everything. Just fun to look at the numbers yourself and come to your own conclusions, because people tend to, what's different with politics is people tend to pick their teams on politics, and they can't criticize. Where it should be more like sports. You're a Yankees fan, but then you don't like the trade the general manager had. You don't like the fact that they signed this guy. You don't like they let Soto go. Those type of things. So nothing's perfect all the way, and all these politicians and leaders have a lot of smart people around them, and they still make bad decisions sometimes. So I don't know how this is going to shake out. Sometimes you don't know if it's really good or bad, and it takes time to know. But stock market will probably open in the red on Monday, and then sometimes these dips are a good chance to buy. And last year we had prices to buy at a good level for a long period of time, and then we'll just see how this shakes out and how long these tariffs last, if it really affects the market, or if we just have a short-term dip and then just go back to normal. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.